Have the wheels fallen off Pittsburgh? Have the wheels fallen off the car and there's no point driving? We're out of it. We're done. The season's over. Have the wheels fallen off the car? Is it all over?
Here we go, Steelers! Here we go!
G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Welcome back to the show. And today I want to talk about the slow start. The preseason, yes, it wasn't that great. Wasn't that great versus the Texans in week 1, the Bills in week 2. It was pretty awful, piss poor kind of football. But as I'm looking around all around the internet, I watched the Steelers Now show today with Alan Saunders and Zachary, I think, Smith over that way. Zachary over there or Zach Smith over there. I think that might be his name. I see all these different, labels, ideas, and the Steelers won't be ready, and it's time to fire this guy, time to fire that guy. The Steelers have to move Broderick Jones to left tackle, which I do believe they will do. I think they will move Broderick Jones in time over to left tackle. Now, Troy Fautanu is dealing with an injury. Jalen Warren is dealing with an injury. There's been some things like that, some mishaps in that in those cases. But have the wheels fallen off? Like, I feel like the fan base was so keen, excited, and I'm only saying a little bit of the fan base, but everyone's really fun and happy, and let's go. We got Russell Wilson and Fields. I'm so keen and pumped up to watch our team, right? And the minute we face a little bit of adversity, a little bit of like, oh, speed hump, oof, what's going on? We hit something, have the wheels fallen off, right? I would say this. I don't even think the wheels, if you're going to put in that terminology, have even been put on the car. You're making a car or you're changing tires and whatnot, I don't think they're even on yet. I think what we saw the other day in terms of versus the Bills and Arthur Smith offense, I don't think we saw anything. I think we saw some vanilla plays, some bad O-line protection, some things didn't work out. Yeah, they were chasing Russell Wilson around. We had the pass to George Pickens. I don't think there's a case where you could judge a season going forward based off what we saw in terms of the wheels being off and it's all over. The fact that we played really bad against the Bills. It's so crazy to me that last year everyone was so hyped, myself included. And I'm hyped this year too because I can't wait to see actual football. And I don't think I'll be watching the Detroit Lions versus Steelers because I got to go to work early and it's my 3 a.m. And I don't want to wake up to watch football at 3 a.m. being preseason. Now, I'll wake up at 3 a.m. to watch football versus the Falcons, that's for sure. But preseason football, I might miss it. I'm going to be busy. And the wheels are falling off. It's all over. So the season's all over. It's all done. And there is now some problems with Jones. I get that. There's problems with the offensive line. I get that, for sure. There's now been calling that they want to try and get rid of Pat Meyer. But you're not going to fire any coach. You're not going to fire the OC right now. You're not going to fire the head coach. You're not going to fire the offensive lineman coach. Anyone. That would be absolutely stupid to fire any coach at this point. Yes, there's troubles. There's big troubles with this team in terms of O-line and getting better and having good results and having push forward and physicality. Yeah, the dead set is. But to say the wheels are off and it's all over and, oh, man, that's our season. Dumb. Just because of 2 preseason games, I don't think I've ever seen something like this. So people so excited to see Wilson, or so excited to have Justin Fields as our quarterback. And the minute we see some really bad football play, the majority, maybe a small majority say, nah, it's all over, it's all done. I'm done with it, But I do want to go into some things in terms of this and how the team, I think, will be getting ready, right? Try and put a more positive spin to it in this sense. The Steelers, for me, have made big moves this offseason, bringing Queen. They got Elliott, the safety. They got their punter, who looks fantastic. They made some big moves and by trading away Deontay Johnson, getting Dante Jackson, and Kenny Pickett went see you later. They made big moves by bringing in Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, to be backup. And I think he'll be learning the plays and he'll be a part of the system somehow. A guy with that speed and how athletic that Justin Fields is, you got to move him in some form of situation where you play him. It's not just going to be Russell Wilson for 17 games and you're going to have Justin Fields on the sideline holding a clipboard. I think he'll be involved somehow, some way in the offense. He has to be. He's a dynamic player. You have to get him moving. They made some big moves in this season, off season, right? And it is a bit of a change. Arthur Smith, new OC, bit of a change. Zach Frazier, going to be the center now because Nate Herbig looks like he's out of injury. So there's a big move there. Troy Fautano dealing with an injury, he'll be the right tackle. Then they'll probably move Broderick Jones to left tackle when they can, when they decide, okay, it's time to move him now. Sorry, Dan Moore, you'll play backup, and they'll move in Jones. You have Jones and Fautano on either side, and they've both been first-round picks. You have to have them on the field at some stage. They're first-round picks. So a lot of moves in the offseason, and it does feel like it's stalling a bit now because we look awful. We look so bad. But that means we can only get better, right? Only get better in the sense of when push comes to shove, when we go versus the Falcons in week 1, the Steelers will be rolling out TJ Watt, Highsmith, great outside linebackers, have Minka there as well. They're going to have Cameron Hayward, Keanu Benton. He's been stepping up, playing some good plays there too. Ogunjobi will be on the D line. The guys that are stepping up. And there are guys, hopefully, if Peyton Wilson is healthy, then he will step up into his role being a middle linebacker, being the third guy in rotation. Will he play more pass downs? We'll see. Will he be like a sneaky blitzer? I don't know. We saw her big blitzing, went right inside. Third down, third outside linebacker playing blitz. So I'm not too worried around everyone's really, really low on the Steelers now because we had 2 bad games. I say, who cares? Who cares? Even if you were to have a bad game versus the Falcons, who cares? You can bounce back. The season isn't over right now. They've made some big moves in the offseason. They're going as planned. They're trying to find, in my opinion, they're trying to find a third down or third depth running back or fourth depth running back. They're trying to find a receiver for this team too. I do believe that Fitzpatrick will make it as receiver number 5. They're trying to find a tight end that suits their offense. You have Darnell and you have Freiermuth. Connor Hayward, he'll make the team. They're trying to find maybe a third tight end. So who are going to be the backups in terms of O-line? There's going to be those individual performances in camp where they're finding players, and if they make mistakes and who's stepping up, who's doing the right thing. We saw how bad Quez Watkins looked at punt return. That job is going to go towards Calvin Austin III. And what role will he play on the offense? I'm not worried about the overall, we suck and the offensive line looks awful. Then we're going to be bottom 10 or whatever, and we're going to be the worst team in the league, and we can't win this, can't win that. It's way too early to have any judgment like that. But when you go back to the offseason and all the guys they picked up and the individual play you have seen of some of them in camp, it's going to be fine. I don't see now. You could argue, well, are we going to be a Super Bowl team? Maybe, maybe not. But the time to freak out now, everyone's saying the wheels are falling off. I don't think they've even begun to assemble the car. If that makes any sense. We haven't even got out of the starting gate yet. People act like it's all over. I can't find my keys, can't turn the car on, and then we're done. It's just incredible to me. It's a new offense. It's a new quarterback. It's a new maybe a new playbook. We hope with Arthur Smith. Some of the players have been there, of course, the same. Warren now being out is going to suck. So can they find someone else to step up in terms of that third running back? This whole talk about receiver too, I think Brandon Ayuk's now done. If Brandon Ayuk, if you're listening, I think it's over. I think it's messy. You'd only go and grab him for where it would benefit the Steelers in terms of money and trading away low picks, I'd say. But Ayuk can come in here. It's the guys who we have on the roster. And when cut down day comes in, I think, 7 days or 8 days time, whenever it is, next week, then all these other teams got to cut about 16 players, 20 players. So look for Omar Khan to make moves then by picking players up. All right. Anyways, I just want to give you my analogy that this whole thing around, and if you made it this far, I do appreciate that, and hit the like and sub and do all those things. If you made it this far, the wheels, to some fans, the wheels have fallen off. To my perspective, the Steelers haven't even put the wheels on yet. They haven't even started to assemble the car. They're getting the pieces ready. They're on the starting gate. They're getting ready to move onto the track. They haven't fallen off. It's not time to give up on your team because it's two preseason losses and we look bad. Who cares? Who really cares? All right, Steel Nation. I'll see you guys later on.